Welcome to Tar Heel Monsters, everybody. If you were directed here through a link on my other channel, Miss Lola's Hair and More, thank you so much for joining me. Now, honestly, you're not going to see me wearing gorgeous wigs and glamorous makeup because I am too busy researching some of the most riveting true crime cases that have been perpetrated in my Tar Heel state of North Carolina. Hey everybody, welcome to Tar Heel Monsters. Thank you so much for joining me. The story you're about to see takes place on a beautiful morning like this in North Carolina, but unfortunately, it's not going to be good for Ginger Hayes. Mr. Bob, tell us about this story.
Yes, ma'am. It was a Saturday morning on a hot summer day in Greenville, North Carolina. The Hayes family stopped at the local store for some snack food before going out for the day. As Jeremy and his brother went inside the store, his wife Ginger decided to change the baby's diaper. When the men came back outside, the car was gone. At first, Jeremy assumed it was a joke. Ginger was up to her old tricks again, playing pranks, and had moved the car around in the parking lot. Jeremy called Ginger's cell phone, but there was no answer. That's when he called police. They didn't know what had happened that could have made her just leave. The police told Jeremy that there had been a witness, a mail carrier, who called police a few minutes earlier, claiming he saw a kidnapping. He observed a black man push a white female into a vehicle from the back seat toward the front seat. The black male ended up getting in the driver's seat. The vehicle was last seen heading north on Memorial Drive. Police realized this family was in real danger. They were just minutes from the moment that a mother and her child had been taken. An all-points bulletin on the car was sent out for the red Ford Focus that the family had rented. Everyone in the area was looking for the car. A police helicopter was in the air within a few minutes and began flying, looking for that red Focus. The missing woman was 25-year-old Ginger Hayes. Her son Nicholas was 11 months old. Police checked Ginger's credit card and learned that someone used it at a supermarket less than an hour after the kidnapping. Police checked the store's surveillance tapes and saw Ginger and an unidentified black male going through the line at the same time that Ginger's credit card was used. The man fit the general description given by the witness. He was careful not to turn to the security camera. The baby wasn't in the surveillance footage, which led police to believe that the perpetrator had an accomplice. Ginger's father would later tell investigators, "I know my daughter well enough to know that Nicholas had to be in jeopardy at that point, or she would have been fighting like a wildcat." Investigators were hopeful that robbery was the kidnapper's only motive. Several hours later, police found the Hayes car in a suburban neighborhood 45 miles from the kidnap site. Inside were the baby's toys, but Ginger and Nicholas Hayes were nowhere to be found. The car was parked in front of a home that belonged to a man with a criminal record, 24-year-old Timothy Evans, who had previous arrests for robbery and assault. He roughly fit the description given to police of a black male, stocky build, and of medium height. Police converged on the home and took Evans in for questioning. He claimed that he had nothing to do with the car. He was asked to wash it for someone else. Evans led police to Andre Edwards, the person he claimed left the car in front of his house. Police found Edwards inside his house along with 4 others that they took into custody with Edwards. Elizabeth Pittman had in her possession a cellular phone and some jewelry, which was later identified as belonging to Ginger Hayes. Police asked the only eyewitness to the crime, the mailman, to pick the perpetrator from a lineup. He chose 31-year-old Andre Edwards, a known crackhead and career criminal with more than 40 arrests. "That's the guy I saw push the young lady in the car and take off." Edwards denied any involvement. He didn't know what they were talking about. Police were racing against time. It was rare to find the suspect before the victim. Investigators tried getting information by asking Edwards another way. "Whatever story you have to tell me to allow me to find the child alive, then tell me that story to save a life. You don't have to tell me you actually did it. All you have to do is tell me, a friend of mine might have told me you need to go look here." Shortly after Edwards' arrest, police got a call from a man named C.D. Thompson. He had been walking his dog on a farm 50 miles from the kidnap site. I thought it might be a baby doll, because it was near an area where folks dumped trash over the years. I saw flies around it, and the way my dog was reacting, I knew it was no baby doll. It was a human being. Police found Ginger Hayes dead from multiple blows to the head. Her infant son, Nicholas, was 30 feet away, lying face down in the dirt. Emotions were already set for dealing with the death of a child when officers walked closer to the baby and saw him begin to move. Then he raised up and started crawling. He was wearing only a diaper. Other than being severely sunburned, he was unharmed and airlifted to a regional burn center in Chapel Hill. The medical doctors estimated that Nicholas probably would not have survived the night, given the degree and severity of the burns from the sun. His condition could have turned tragic if Mr. Thompson had not been out there walking his dog that afternoon. Ginger's father and Nicholas's grandfather reflected on the miracle of his grandson surviving his ordeal. I don't know what purpose God may have for Nicholas, but I don't believe that it was just luck. Tragically, the joy was mixed with grief. Having the baby survive was amazing, but then the anger. Knowing how Ginger was brutally murdered was incredibly hard for her loved ones to deal with. At the time of his arrest, Andre Edwards was in possession of Ginger's jewelry and some cocaine. He was charged with first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, 3 counts of armed robbery, 2 counts of first-degree kidnapping, first-degree rape, possession of cocaine, and unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. He was tried capitally and convicted of all charges, but instead of 3 counts of armed robbery, he was convicted of 1 count of armed robbery for the jewelry he took from Ginger and 2 counts of common law robbery for the $100 withdrawn from the ATM and for the Ford Focus. Following a capital sentencing proceeding, the jury was unable to agree on a recommendation as to punishment, and on March 26, 2004, Andre Edwards received a sentence of life in prison without parole for his first-degree murder conviction, as well as various other consecutive aggravated sentences for his other 9 convictions. 55-year-old Andre Edwards is currently incarcerated at Columbus Correctional Institution, a medium custody prison in Whiteville, North Carolina. The projected release date for this depraved monster is death.